Welcome back to @COINAs, your ultimate destination for discovering hidden fortunes in the world of numismatics. Today, we are starting with a coin that defies all logic and looks like something from another planet. Most people who collect Australian coins are very familiar with the 1966 round 50-cent piece because of its high silver content. However, what you are seeing on your screen right now is not your average silver coin. This is a legendary multi-strike error, and it is one of the most extreme manufacturing disasters ever to leave the Royal Australian Mint. Let me explain exactly how this incredible error happens so you know what to look for in your own collection. During the high-speed minting process, a silver blank is fed into the press to be struck by the dies. Normally, after the coin is struck once, it is immediately ejected into a bin. But in very rare cases, the ejection mechanism fails. The coin stays on the anvil, and the heavy dies come crashing down a second time, a third time, or sometimes even 5 times in a row. Because the coin moves slightly between each of these massive impacts, the design becomes distorted, overlapping, and stretched out across the silver surface. It creates a multi-layered 3D effect that is impossible to replicate or fake. Now, let's talk about the value, because this is where it gets really exciting for collectors. While a standard 1966 silver 50-cent coin might sell for $20 or $30 based on its silver weight, a genuine multi-strike error is a high-value trophy. These rare pieces have been known to fetch anywhere from $5,000 to over $10,000 at professional auctions. Every single multi-strike is a unique historical artifact. No two are exactly alike. Collectors are willing to pay a massive premium because these coins represent a moment where the entire system broke down. If you ever find a silver coin that looks like it has been smashed, doubled, and twisted, do not assume it is damaged junk. You might be holding a 5-figure payday in the palm of your hand. Stop everything you are doing and go check those old silver hoards right now, because a monster could be hiding in there. Moving on to the next treasure, we are discussing a coin that has become a true urban legend in Australia. Even though this is technically a $1 coin, it is the most important coin for anyone who searches through mixed change or 50-cent rolls to know about. I am talking about the undisputed king of modern Australian errors, the year 2000 $1 Mule. This coin is the result of a massive human error at the mint that created a hybrid piece of currency. In the year 2000, a technician accidentally paired a standard $1 reverse die with a 10-cent obverse die featuring the Queen. Because the 10-cent die is significantly smaller than the $1 die, it left a very obvious and very famous double rim on the obverse side of the coin. It looks like a coin within a coin. When these were first discovered, it sent shockwaves through the collecting community. For years, thousands of these extremely valuable coins were passing through the hands of regular people at coffee shops, grocery stores, and gas stations. Most people never bothered to look closely at the rim of their dollar coins, but those who did found a life-changing surprise. Let's get into the numbers because they are staggering. Even a heavily circulated and scratched year 2000 Mule can sell for over $1,000 today. If you are lucky enough to find one that has been tucked away in a jar and still has its original mint luster, you are looking at a value of $4,000 to $6,000. In some cases, perfect specimens have even reached $10,000 at auction. This is not just a rare coin, it is a piece of Australian history that proved anyone could become a winner just by checking their change. When you are sorting through your coins, always keep a close eye on the Queen side. If that rim looks thicker than normal or appears to be doubled, you have found the Holy Grail. Do not spend it, do not clean it, and make sure to get it professionally graded immediately. For our third segment, we are traveling back to 1970, a very important year for Australian currency. This was the very first year that the 12-sided 50-cent coin was introduced to replace the old round silver version. While millions of these coins were produced for general circulation, we are searching for a very specific and much more valuable version. We are looking for the Specimen strike that features a major rotated die error. A specimen coin is already rare because it was produced with higher pressure and better finish for collectors, rather than for the general public. But when you add a massive mechanical error to a specimen coin, the value explodes. A rotated die error occurs when one of the dies in the press becomes loose and spins around. This means the two sides of the coin are no longer aligned correctly. To check for this, hold the coin by the sides and flip it over vertically. On a normal coin, the queen should be perfectly upright, and the coat of arms on the back should also be perfectly upright. But on this rare error, when you flip it, the design on the back might be tilted sideways at 90 degrees, or even upside down. This is often called a clock face error, because the design can point to any hour on a clock. Because these occurred on high-quality specimen strikes, they are incredibly beautiful and extremely sought after by high-end investors. A verified 1970 rotated die specimen can easily command a price tag between $2,000 and $5,000. Most people have hundreds of 1970s coins and never think to check the alignment. It only takes a second to flip your coin, and that 1 second could be worth a couple of months' salary. It is a hidden treasure that requires a keen eye and a bit of patience to discover. We are closing out today's video by returning to the legendary year of 1966 for an error that is visually stunning and incredibly scarce. This is known as the partial collar error, but in the inner circles of the coin world, it is famously nicknamed the railway coin. This specific error happens during the moment of impact, when the silver blank is not sitting perfectly inside the steel collar that is supposed to hold it. When the die strike the silver with tons of pressure, the metal overflows over the edge of the collar. This creates a very strange stepped edge that looks exactly like the rim of a train wheel. It is a physical deformation that you can actually feel with your fingers, even if your eyes are closed. While the majority of 1966 silver rounds are being bought and sold for their raw silver value of around $20, smart numismatists are hunting for this mechanical failure. A genuine 1966 silver partial collar is an elite error that can sell for anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000, depending on its condition. These were supposed to be the most perfect coins Australia ever produced, but the machinery had other plans. Finding one of these in a bulk lot of silver coins is like finding a diamond in a coal mine. It transforms a simple silver coin into a high-value historical artifact. Thank you so much for joining us on CoinAZ for this deep dive into the most expensive errors in Australia. Your support means the world to us, and we want to hear about your finds in the comments below.